So the pretty popular content creator, YouTuber, influencer, whatever you want to call him, Druski, is currently under fire for making a skit where he decided to, I guess, put on whiteface in air quotes and mock Erica Kirk. Of course, the wife, the widow of Charlie Kirk, who unfortunately was taken last year or so, during an event. Someone with a sniper far off in the distance took a shot. Druski has decided to put out a skit that is going extremely viral. It's about 114 million views in 2 days, called How Conservative Women in America Act. And he's mocking essentially real life events that occurred with Erica Kirk following the, assassination of her husband.
Get on your feet, boy!
Now, the funny thing is, he's not really exaggerating. Yeah, the makeup is a little crazy looking. Bro has like a freaking Minecraft Roblox head going on, some Dress to Impress Roblox style head going on. But this is based on a real thing. This actually is what Erica Kirk did during a conference. And you can still find the video up if you type in Erica Kirk speech. It's going to bring you this Erica Kirk's full speech at Building a Legacy. Now, obviously, she's going to come out and talk about a passing. Why does this chick have WWE pyro? Why is she walking out to freaking Goldberg's pyro? Goldberg kicks the thing down and there's freaking sparks falling down on some Triple H stuff. I'm waiting to hear Stone Cold glass shatter and she comes out here she's doing a retirement match. Again, I'm not teasing the death of Charlie Kirk. I think it's tragic. I've kind of given my thoughts on that stuff and people who mocked his passing, but I do think that this spectacle was just insane, right? She's got the freaking bulletproof glass here. All of this to kind of put a message out there that yeah, Charlie Kirk was assassinated, so I got the bulletproof glass now. I'm sad. And she goes on for 30 minutes to talk about, the tragedy, white people and the white kids and blah, 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 things that, we've seen on the internet millions of times now. I kind of am on that boat of thinking that, of course, I don't think Charlie Kirk deserved to pass. I think that anyone who would be assassinated for their beliefs should not happen, right? We should not live in a world where people are being assassinated for just having pretty milquetoast debates and arguments with people, right? You can argue the guy's had controversial takes and some of his things his ideas towards gun violence and gun rights and whatnot.
War is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is
So music, copyrighted, right? So the joke is that oh, she's so sad. Oh man, I feel so bad for these people. But then she's in the car,
Jesus,
dancing.
Right.
So yeah, obviously the whole thing was just kind of teasing Erica Kirk. He didn't reference anything about Charlie Kirk, right? He's not egging on the idea that Charlie Kirk had his life taken or anything like that, right? So personally, I'm not really offended by this. I think it's just kind of silly, kind of corny, something you would see in South Park, which some people nowadays would even argue oh, South Park is so woke now. South Park would never make fun of Joe Biden, but it's they make fun of everything, right? They just kind of make fun of things that are more funny than others. Of course, something like Erica Kirk, the way she's behaving, the way she's coming out here to the freaking WrestleMania pyro is pretty silly. It's pretty wacky. Of course, her husband dying was not wacky, was not silly. It's a tragedy. But I do think that you can make fun of someone like Erica Kirk, who's kind of a strange figure that kind of popped out of nowhere. Even if you're on that side of the internet, people like Candace Owens think that Erica Kirk has some screws loose. There's something going on.
get on your feet, boy!
war is raging in Iran.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but
How about all the kids that died when the USA?
And while people like myself can kind of laugh at the joke and move along and just say, whatever, it might not be my cup of tea, it might not be the funniest joke I've ever seen, people like the Quartering did not like it, saying, George Floyd deserved it. That's the quartering's quotes, not mine. Again, that is in reference to a comedian, dressing up as Erica Kirk and doing like a funny skit mocking her, essentially. The quartering is not helping his case. All right, I don't think George Floyd deserved it. I personally, again, just think it's not that serious whatsoever. Again, if you didn't like the skit, you can just block Druski. You can just say, oh, this was dumb. This was like tasteless. All this was so blah, blah, blah. But to say another person deserved to die at the hands of a police officer because of a skit, it just kind of is like a crash out moment. It's kind of an L. It just kind of makes you look silly. Like, again, Druski himself did not make fun of Charlie Kirk's death. He just thinks the idea of like Erica Kirk and what she's doing is silly. You don't have to support him or like agree with it, but you can just kind of be like, okay, I understand the joke. It's whatever. And if anything, it's just very safe. It's like one of those safe, edgy things. You know, like when people make jokes about like 9/11. Obviously, it's a tragedy, but people will make jokes about it because it's been like so long ago, and you know, the public spectacle kind of sees that and they're just kind of like, haha, like a meme of a plane flying into the tower, haha. Like, I don't find it funny, but if someone makes a joke about it, it's not the end of the world, right? It's one of those safe, edgy things where people will do it and then the world just kind of moves on. Exactly. Like it being this upset to the point where you're saying George Floyd deserved to have his life taken is crazy. Now, Druski's skit was so bad, so evil, so vile that even Ted Cruz came out and says, beneath contempt. Now, I'm stupid, right? So I had to Google what that even means. It means completely bad or worthless, used to describe someone or something that is too bad to deserve any respect, which, again, he could have just said that. He wanted to be smart. He wanted to have me whip out Wikipedia and try to figure out what words mean, which is something you never want to do to me because it makes me look silly, but at least now you guys know what beneath contempt means. Ted Cruz was so bothered by a guy dressing up as Erica Kirk and mocking things that she did in real life that he decided to tweet this out. Now, another funny thing about this whole situation is Grok absolutely roasting Erica Kirk on accident. This user says, Grok, who is this? With a picture of course, Druski dressed as Erica Kirk. To which Grok says, that's Erica Kirk, the actress, comedian starring in Druski's satirical skit. She's playing the over-the-top conservative woman character across all those scenes. Patriotism, faith, organic everything in the podium bit. Spot on performance for the laughs. And the funny thing is, like, Druski himself never mentioned Erica Kirk in that video. I guess Grok is kind of like summarizing the replies to the video and people obviously referencing the fact that this is Erica Kirk, and it got confused a little, but it's just kind of funny. Again, this whole thing is just kind of funny to me. I do not think that Druski is like this horrible, evil, racist monster. He's a biracial comedian who makes sometimes funny, sometimes cringy, sometimes dumb, sometimes hilarious. You know, all comedians have W's, have L's, and you're welcome to think whatever you want about the whole situation. But thank you guys for watching regardless. I want to know what you think down below. If Druski hurt your feelings, or if Druski made your side hurt because it was funny. For me, I was just kind of like, huh. It was one of those like, you let some air out of your nose type of videos. It didn't have me bawling on the floor, cackling, but it was just kind of something to look at.